we'll get this kit done. It's just a Wilco's Pilsner kit, nothing special, cheap and cheerful. Half a kilo of dextrose, half a kilo of the medium spray dried malt. So, this, what you're going to see today is probably some of you lads are probably going to get a bit cringe-worthy at it. Because I've done this, well not this particular kit, but I've done Wilco's kits loads and loads and loads of time. And to be honest, you kind of go wrong with them. So what I do is I start off with a big pan. Drop in the sink, hot tap on. I don't even bother boiling water. I sterilise everything in, milk. So again, a good glug of milk in. And I'll just fill that up. Stick some into the, sorry about the lights coming through that window, I can't do anything with it. Fill the fermenter up. Give it a bit of a shake round. And then I'll put it over into this bucket, which is what I keep my sanitizer in. Because, as you know, you can use sanitizer over and over again. So, wow, we've got that going over. But the SJ pot, I've been looking at it, and I'm still unsure. The stout that I did, it seems to be alright. I have tried, it was only in the box 4 days and I had to give one a go. I couldn't take it any longer, it was eating us up not trying it. So I tried, it seems to taste alright, but it's not as good as the ESB that I did. So I'm going to do another batch of the ESB, and then that should let us know which way I'm going with the SJ pour. So that's that. Sanitizer over, and a little drop that's left in there. The main reason why I put it through is because I'm going to be using that later on. Then pop the lid on. Grab solid bung, and then the best thing with milk is, one, you don't have to leave it too long to sterilise things, and two, it's non-rinsed, which is one of the main reasons why I like it. That is, it's cheap, it's easy to get hold of. Right, that'll do for that. As I say, that but literally just because that's what I store my sanitizer in. There. Right, now what we're going to do is hot water, 1 can. Make sure you've taken the yeast off it. Now what I'll do is I'll just sit that in this bath of hot water. What I'm also going to do is, once that's got some water in, is I'm going to put the pan in, because basically what I'll do is I'll put the first, probably just short of 2 gallons, 1.5 to just over that, will be just hot water out the tap. Then after that, it'll be cold water. That'll be just to mix this down in the dry of the sugar in the spray dry malt, and then I'll put cold water in to get the temperature to where I want it to pitch my yeast. This one I am just going to pitch the yeast out of the Wilco's kit, and I'm also not going to bother rehydrating. Again, I know some of the lads out there will be, it's cringe-worthy for you, but at the end of the day, it's a cheap Wilco's kit. And as I said, I just want to get a beer on because I need to get it fermented out because I will be dry hopping it. Yes, dry hopping the lager kit. I have done it before, and to be honest, the last time I did it, I wish I'd done it with the whole batch. I only did a gallon of it, and I wish I'd done the whole 5 gallon. So I'm just emptying the last of the sanitizer out of there. Go. That can just go up there. Right. Because I'll need spoon. See, during the video I forgot, normally I just drop that in the container that's there. So that'll just go in there, and I'll just give that a quick shake. That. So it's 1 kilo bag. I want half of it. So you can measure it if you want. I've done about half a kilo. It again, doesn't have to be perfect. And spray dry malt, all of it. And I've always put all the powdered ingredients straight to the bottom of the fermenter. Because once you get water in there and the steam's coming up, you will end up with a whole lot of it stuck to the sides of the bag. Again, you don't want siphon tube to get right to the bottom either, because if it does, it again will stick to the siphon tube. So I'll just put that there. And then basically it'll just be a little over this panful of hot tap water. And to be honest, my tap water is, again, if you've got a header tank, don't do it. This is because I've got a combi unit, so it's fresh drinking water going in, getting heated up and coming out hot. You can't do this if you've got a header tank and it's sitting in a copper boiler, because well, you can have a go. I can't imagine it being the best. It's not the best stuff to be drinking, really. So that'll. And in the meantime, I've got that, which is just heating up nicely. Again, I'm heating that up because it's thick. It is like treacle, so we're there. But also later on, I've got some. I've got a little beer I'm going to review as well. It's a bought beer, but I'm still going to give it a little review. I'm just putting this video down. I know I'm doing it on Homebrew Wednesday, but I'm putting this video down because I did, after doing the beginners one, I've had a couple of people on who seem to be quite new to brewing, so I spoke to one of them on Facebook and I said I would do it this week because I had to put this kit down, so I just said, look out for me Homebrew Wednesday, I'll pop this on because I haven't really got anything. I was going to do my all grain the other day and I never got round to it. I didn't have time. I've been at work, so I don't. And because I don't want to end up with another epic brew, I hadn't got round to it. So then just give that a stir, and then with a sanitised tin opener, as you see, is getting it out the drawer. Just make sure you peel the paper off the sides because it does not cause the right pain if it gets in your fermenter. And then it's be careful not to get that inside your tin either. It causes a bit of a nightmare. And then it's literally just pour that over. This is the bit where you want the hottest water you can get. See, lots of people boil a gallon of water and then would have a kettle of water on hand to do this. And then you use cold water or iced water to get the temperature back down. See, I have done that. I did that for a long time. And then I saw somebody do it one day, and because it was going to be cold, the boiling water just used out the tap, and I thought, why am I bothering boiling all this water when I can just use it out the tap? It's hot. So now all I'm doing is just rinsing that down, because you want every last drop, especially with the Wilco's kits, because the Wilco's kits are only 1.5 kilos, some of the other kits 2 kilos, some of them are 1.8. The Wilco kits are only a small kit, so you want every last drop of goodness out of that tin, because that's your flavour and that's the body of your beer. You've seen some of the other videos I've done. I do a lot of better brew kits. I really like them kits. They're quite a big kit. And the one I've just done, the mild, body on it, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right, that rinsed out. Put that in. Then this time, when you mix it, you really want to give it a real good beat around, getting as much air into it as you can. And then I've got my thermometer, which is just sitting in some sanitizer up on the bench, which I'm going to have to move because it's starting to get a bit warm for it sitting up there. Just lift that up. Now all I need is just a little temperature reading, just to find out, because I really wanted about 20. So that kind of gives us an idea of how much hot and cold water I need to put in. Right. So she's sitting at 33 at the moment. So it again, back to the pan. And I want hot and cold water. Pop that in. And again, you don't want to get it too hot, you don't want to get it too cold. You really want it at the 20 mark. Again, it does differ on different yeasts, but with the kit yeasts, I work on 20s about good enough. So we'll just slowly let that fill up. Take my spoon. Give that a bit of a mix round after it's filling. Just turn that cold tap off and let that a bit more warm in. But yeah, this will probably take about 5 days, and then because it's going into secondary, if you weren't putting it into secondary, just leave it for like 7 to 10 days, and then bottle. I probably will actually show you again how I bottle. Lots of lads don't bottle anymore. Lots of lads are, have got kegs and like corny kegs or the little plastic pressurised kegs and that. I at the moment haven't. I bottle everything. So I'm getting a little bit quicker at the bottling. But most people will tell you it's the worst part. Worst part about being a home brewer is bottling beer. I think it was Harry the other day was saying home brewing is 95% washing and tidying up. And he's right. There's a lot of washing and tidying up. So, dump that back in the sink because I don't need that anymore. Go. Turn her around. See, this one's only marked up to 22, so I guess that's where 23 litres would be. This is going to be a little bit too hot, I think. Feels a little bit on the warm side. Well, it's hard to tell because it's a real warm day, as you can tell a little bit red in the face because it's very, very warm today. Right, that's sitting at 27. So, what I'll do is, you sanitise lid before with a solid bung in. I'll just pop on. The reason being for a solid bung and not to put the airlock on is because as that cools down, it will suck on your airlock, which in turn what it'll do is it'll suck whatever liquid you put in your airlock into your beer, which some lads put vodka in. It wouldn't, so you wouldn't have a problem. Or the lads put sanitizer in. You shouldn't have too much of a problem for the little amount that's going to go in. But if you put normal tap water in, I wouldn't do it. Because, well, you don't just want plain cold tap water going in to your beer. You don't really want anything going in. I wouldn't want my sanitizer going through, I wouldn't want my vodka going in. But, and all I'll do with that is I'll just sit that in the cupboard where she's going to be, and then tomorrow morning take the yeast sachet, spray a bottle of sanitizer, spray it round, give it a wipe with a bit of paper towel, get some of the moisture away, and then cut it. And then just sprinkle it in nice and even all over the top. Don't stir it in. There's been a bit of a debate about, there was a couple of years ago, a bit of a debate going on, do you stir yeast in or not? I personally don't, on the grounds of, if you leave it on the top, it starts to work, and it'll basically straight away put a CO2 layer on top of your wort, which will protect it. Or that's what it does in my head. If that works or not, I don't know. But in my head, that's the way it works, so I don't stir mine in. And all I'll do is I'll leave that on top of there, and that is, in a nutshell, in real time, a beer kit. The next level to it is taking hydrometer readings, which you don't need. You do not need to take a hydrometer reading. Does it come in handy? Of course it comes in handy. Everything comes in handy. But the actual base of putting a beer kit down, that's it in a nutshell. That will make you 23 pints of beer. Remember, you just have 23 litres of beer. And that's it. As easy as can be. When you come to doing hydrometer readings and things like that, that's just so you can do it quicker. Because with this method, you have to leave it for that length of time, 7 to 10 days, because you don't know how quickly you're using your sugar up. If you're using hydrometer reading, that's then telling you how much sugar you used up, how much sugar you've got left, how quickly. It just means you can check things a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. But no, once you've got your yeast in your airlock in, everything you need to know is in that airlock. It bubbles away, it bubbles away. When it stops bubbling, that's it done, and it's time to bottle. In any case, I'm going to get that in the cupboard, I'm going to get beer out, and I'll come have a chat with you. See you in a bit, lads.